Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to do another video, and this time it's on what does a La Nina pattern mean for 2017-2018. The reason why I'm making this video is because La Nina is forecasted for the winter of 2017-2018. For those of you that don't know what La Nina is when the waters off the west coast of South America, highlighted in this blue, are cooler than average. That affects many places: Africa, Asia, Australia, and especially it affects North America. And that's why that's the place we're gonna look for. So if you look in the dark blue, it says cool. So for much of the northern sections, cool. Then for the northwest, wet. So cool and wet, that means more snow for the northwest. Also, wet across the Ohio Valley, the Midwest, and parts of the Northeast. So that means also more snow because it just says wet, not warm and wet, just wet. So that infers more snow. And then it's going to also produce dry weather across the South. So, if you're wondering where I'm getting this from, this is it. The ENCO outlook. La Nina is favored 55% through 60% during the Northern Hemisphere fall and winter 2017-2018. Now, if you look October, November, December, November, December, January, February, and January, February, March, all those months where winter is already in play, where snow is already falling from some parts of the country, either the northern parts or the southern parts, wherever, you could see La Nina is favored, and it's going to be dying down throughout the winter, but especially at the beginning, it's going to be strong. It's not going to be super strong, but it's going to be a moderate La Nina compared to what it's going to be later on. Later on, it's going to transition into weak La Nina, and then eventually into a neutral pattern. Earlier, they were saying it's going to be a neutral pattern for the winter, but then they updated it September 14th, and now it looks like it's going to be a La Nina. So we already touched base on this, and this is again how it's going to play out. So in general, the northwest is going to be cool and wet. So if it's going to be cool and wet or cold and wet, it most likely infers more snow for the northwest. And then for the southwest and the south, it's going to be dry and warm. So that's not good news for California, and not good news for any place that is drought in the south. But the only place as of now that is drought in the south is California, because Texas, Florida, all those places have gotten so much rain with the recent hurricanes that they don't need much more rain. Also, you can see they don't include the cold across the northern sections because it's not going to be that cold compared to average, as it's going to be cold in the northwest. But you can see it's still above the jet stream, so it's going to be colder than average, and you can see it's going to be wet and wet. Warm, it's going to be across the southern under the south of the jet. It's going to be south of the jet stream. So wet and cold also infers more snow for this northern part and northeast part of the U.S. But also warm and wet south of the jet stream means fuel for big snowstorms, and then once they cross into the cold, it's going to turn into snow. So big snowstorms possible during La Nina. Also, there's colder weather, more snow for the north. I'm going to be releasing a preliminary winter outlook probably tomorrow or on Sunday, so stay tuned for that. It's going to incorporate the La Nina into the outlook, and it's going to give a better look at what's going to happen during this winter. Again, it's going to be preliminary though, so it's not going to be 100% set yet. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next episode.